Hey everyone, welcome. Well, I'm doing something I thought I wouldn't do, and that's making 2 Deschutes videos in a row, but there's a reason for that, and there's a good reason for that. That this time of year is pretty amazing out here, and you know, I kind of touched on that in the last video, but now I'm really targeting my fishing on the stonefly and the golden stonefly nymphs and the salmonfly nymphs. You know, this is what leads up to the big famous hatch on this river, and the nymphing can be pretty exceptional this time of year as the trout sort of, they shed off their kind of winter doldrums and start, you know, kind of eating a little bit more and focusing in on these big, you know, big tasty treats. So that's what I'm out here fishing for. Hopefully it's going to be good, but it's a solo trip, so it's just going to be myself and yeah, we'll see what I can get into. I've set up camp and currently I'm the only one here at this campground, so I'm gonna get to fishing some of this camp water before somebody else gets here, and yeah, see how it goes. I really value solo trips like this. I love fishing with other people and get a lot out of the camaraderie, but when I have time to fish alone, especially in places with so much natural grandeur, I find myself getting lost in my own head in the best possible way. Fishing almost becomes mechanical, and I feel like I have time to sort out whatever may be weighing heavy on my mind at the time. I find this time to be very helpful as I navigate through the trials and tribulations of life. Morning. Well, got some fishing in last night. Like I said, fished the camp water and ended up catching a really nice one out there, and or rather hooking into a really nice one. But I caught it sort of on camera, but it's really out of focus. So I had the camera on the wrong setting. So you'll see, I'll splash it in here, but it's the way it goes sometimes. Nobody managed to show up last night, so I had the place all to myself, which is never a bad thing. And yeah, just made some dinner and relaxed. But today is gonna be all about fishing, and super excited about that. So gonna just try to cover some water maybe that I haven't fished in a long time or that I've never fished. And yeah, planning on doing a lot of nymphing, which is super exciting. But yeah, so just gonna kind of mosey into the day here, and I'm gonna make some breakfast real quick, and then get into waders. Yeah, because that's always fun. But yeah, we'll see where the day takes us. This day of fishing was a mixture of exploring new water combined with visiting some old reliable holes and runs. The river wasn't too busy, so I had time to explore, but also to work long stretches of water as efficiently as possible. Finding the fish at this time of year can be a bit of a challenge, as they move around from the soft water in the back eddies into the riffles and faster water, depending on the outside air temperature and water temperature. It really comes down to timing it just right. Well, it was a day of fishing. It was a day of nymphing. And not my favorite, but effective. And I'm willing to do it because I know it's effective, especially this time of year. I saw maybe one fish rise the entire day. And I don't think it was that big. So, but it was good. One thing that I thought was really cool was that I saw multiple times where I would lift the nymph rig kind of out of the water to kind of reset and, you know, kind of do an upstream cast, and a fish would come and hit the salmonfly nymph or stonefly nymph, and it just kind of goes to show you that movement is really kind of one of those keys in triggering, you know, this reaction for these fish. So, but yeah, all in all, it was a good day. Fish were caught. Fish were hooked, some fish weren't landed, some fish were. Some fish weren't caught or were caught and were landed, but not on film. So it's the nature of the beast. Turns out filming yourself fishing is a trick and a challenge. I love it, but I tend to find that you can do one of them really well. You can either film decently or you can fish decently. It's hard to do both. Shy of having GoPro footage, and I think there's enough GoPro footage out there, so I want to do something a little bit different. The other thing I wanted to talk about was the fact that this channel just recently crossed the 1,000 subscriber mark, and that means a lot to me. I know that, you know, I said a similar thing back when we hit 500. It's peanuts, but for me, someone who's started this a year and a half ago and has sort of turned it into this thing that I love it. I love it so much. I love making these films, and I love the reaction. I love the comments. I love every single part of it, and I like that people are into it. I've run into some folks out, you know, on the river or at events and stuff, and the feedback has always been really positive, and that means a lot to me. It's when you set out to do something on your own like this, it can be a challenge, and it has been a challenge, but I love where it's headed, and I think I have some really, really awesome stuff for the future. So thank you to everyone that has subscribed. It means a ton to me. It helps the channel a lot. It helps me grow. It helps to it's starting to help pay for things, which is really nice. So all that is good. It just makes it so that I can keep doing it and stay true to what I love to do. So thank you. But now it's time to head back, get some dinner going, and then maybe fish a little bit more. I don't know. If it was amazing dry fly fishing, I would probably fish more, but it's just been some mediocre nymphing. So, but anyway, yeah, I think dinner, potentially fire tonight, and yeah, that's where my mind is headed. So, thank you, everyone. This time of year can be tricky for fly fishing in the Pacific Northwest. Winter steelhead season is just about over, summer steelhead season is just starting, and good trout fishing can be hard to nail down during spring runoff and with some of the rivers still being closed for the season. However, this trip turned out to be a great getaway and has definitely got me even more excited for the big Salmonfly and Stonefly hatch next month. It's going to be hard to have to wait for it, but such is life. We'll see you again next time. Thanks for coming along for the journey. Cheers.